Alright, YouTube, so today, guys, I kind of want to talk about some serious, sort of darker stuff, and it's just about, like, death, realizing my mortality, and the concept of forever. So like I said previously, this is going to be a bit of a serious video, probably mostly serious. I might, joke around stuff. I don't know. I don't have a script. I never have a script for my videos these days. Just kind of bullet points about things I want to talk about. Like I said, it's going to be a serious video, so this shit, kind of a warning, I guess. I don't know if you want to call it that, but this shit might change your outlook on life and possibly death, maybe for the positive or the negative. I'm not sure. For me, it was the negative, so it's kind of a bit of a warning there. So the concept of death and everything is something I've wanted to talk about for a while. It's kind of like in the realm of the space video. It's something I've had on the back burner for a bit. Just kind of never really wanted, I didn't know when I was going to get around to making the video, and I have now, and it's because I'm going either tomorrow or today, depending on when I upload this video. I'm not sure when I'm going to upload it as of right now, but I'm going to a funeral, and this will be like the 4th or 5th funeral in a matter of a year or two that I've gone to, and it's all been family. It's all been, even if it's not my actual family, it's somebody that I've known for years, and they're more or less my family. And tomorrow I'm going to my brother's dad's funeral. He's my half-brother, same mom, different dads, so it's his brother, no relation to me, but I'm still kind of close to the guy. So we're going to that tomorrow, and it's just it kind of sucks. It fucking sucks to have to go and mourn somebody. And every time I go to these things, it makes me think about death. That's kind of why I'm making this video. Death scares me, as it does most people. I don't know if I want to put it on a list of fears, because most people probably fear death. I don't know if you even want to consider that a fear. It's just one of the things that's going to happen eventually. So I think everybody's kind of, some people accept it. Some people have religion and things, and it's something I've never stuck to. I was religious as a kid. I grew up and just kind of, I think, became a little more intelligent, a little more aware of science and things. And I just don't get that. I don't find solace in religion when it comes to something like fucking death. It's like, well, when you die, you're gonna go to heaven, and there's angels and all this other magic and stuff. I'm just like, I don't mean like bash people's religion, but it's just something I can't grasp my head around. Science tells me everything, and I just don't believe in an afterlife. And if you're a religious person and you believe in it and it helps you sleep at night and helps you cope with death and shit, hey, that's good. Good for you, man. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. It's just not something I believe in, at least in my adult age. Maybe as I grow up, I'll get religious and shit eventually again. I don't know. It's like if I ever have kids, I'm going to bring my kids up in religion. Like I'm going to bring my kid up, in church and shit. That's how I was raised. I think it's good to have, but myself, I'm just not religious these days. Now, if you don't know what it means to realize your mortality, it just means like accepting the fact that you're going to die one day. Now, I know that seems like a kind of a stupid statement, like everybody knows that, but it's not something you really go through life thinking about. Like, pretty much from like, childhood to my teenage years, it's not something I really thought about. Like, I knew I was going to die one day, but it's not something you grasp your mind around. It's like, oh, I'm going to die one day. It's whatever. But then as I grew up and grew older, my mind, your mind's constantly growing. You're constantly getting more intelligent as time goes on. It's just something I started thinking about more and more, and eventually it fucked me up. It fucked my shit up to realize that I'm gonna die one day. Like, and what you do in life kind of doesn't matter because inevitably you're going to die, and everything you've done before death kind of doesn't matter really, nobody's really gonna think about you for the rest of your unless you're somebody super fucking famous who changed history, nobody's really gonna think about your life after you die, and that shit fucking messes my mind up, man. And it messed me up to the point that it's kind of affected my life. Like, there was a time where I had goals and aspirations in life, and I don't pursue those. I'm 26 years old, and I don't have a whole lot going for me, to be honest with you guys. I used to want to be like a graphic designer and all kinds of other things. I would love to inevitably do some kind of space job. I think it'd be awesome. As you guys know, I'm very passionate about space. But I've never really pursued that shit. I dropped out of high school. I've never pursued my GED, that shit, because I just never really cared because I'm going to die one day. Like, I know it might sound weird to you guys, but that's just my mindset when it comes to shit, and I can't get myself out of that mindset. It's like, why? Why do these things? Why pursue this shit when it's just kind of meaningless? And that's kind of why I grasp towards YouTube. I love this shit. I'm passionate about it. I love creating and entertaining people, and that's kind of why I do this, and I want this to be something I can pursue and make a career out of it, if you want to call it that. Like, something you can make substantial money from, enough to get by. And it's kind of my print on life. As long as YouTube's around and the internet's around, these videos will always be up, and it's kind of a way to just have my print on life. People can always find my videos on YouTube, even after I die. If I die tomorrow, my videos will still be up on YouTube, that kind of thing. Like, it's just something that kind of gives my life, I don't want to say it gives me meaning, because it sounds a little bit much, but you guys kind of know what I mean, I think. Now, the concept of forever, this goes hand in hand with death and realizing your mortality. After you die, life carries on, and that shit freaks me out, too. It's like, like my mom and my grandma, they talk about my grandma's mom a lot. She died at a kind of young age. My mom was like a teenager when she died. They talk about her, but I don't know her because I'm a couple of generations from when she was alive. That's the kind of thing that's going to happen. Like, say I grow up and have, grow a little bit older, have a kid, and I die, my kid's gonna mourn me, obviously. But if he has a kid, like a young grandchild of mine, do you think they're really gonna mourn me? They don't really know me. And then my grandkid, once my grandkid has a kid, I'm already forgotten. I'm like 3-4 generations away. Nobody knows who the fuck I am, and that shit scares me, man. That shit fucking freaks me out. The fact that life carries on after I die. And it's not that I think I'm the center of life or the universe or anything like that, but it's just like, I think it's why I pursue YouTube and try to be like some kind of entertainer and pursue social media and things like that. Because it's kind of my another stamp of mine in life. It's like, I think subconsciously or something, like I want people to know that I exist. Like people have to know I exist. Like I gotta make videos. I gotta put my name out there on social media. This has to happen. I have to let people know that I'm alive and I exist. Like I think, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I think that like subconsciously, maybe that's why I do these things. And just in general, the idea of forever, it's like even if you believe in, say, like, you know, like say you're a religious person, you're a Christian, you believe in heaven. Like, okay, you die, you go to heaven forever. Like, do you really grasp the concept of forever? It's never ending. How does that make any fucking sense? How does something never ending make sense? Like, until the end of, there's no end of time. Like, you just go on forever. Forever. It never ends. And this shit fucking, it's another thing that just freaks me the fuck out, dude. I'll be laying there, you know, trying to sleep at night, or maybe just laying there kind of daydreaming while I'm on my phone, and it just inevitably hits me every few months, maybe a couple times a year, and I get deep in the thought of forever, and it freaks me the fuck out, and I gotta jump up, I gotta like shake my head, and like I gotta distract myself, so I'll like hop on like a video game or something, and start playing some Call of Duty, something that'll just take my mind off the idea of forever. And I know it might sound weird to you, and maybe some of you guys go through this too. I think everybody kind of tries to cope with death and mortality and things like that, but it's just one of the things that freaks me out, dude. It's like it goes like forever. Like you can't even really. We know the definition of the word forever, but you can't really grasp the concept of that, of something continuously going on and never ending. Even if I found solace in religion and heaven and shit, I that part is never gonna escape. Like I'm never gonna not be freaked out by forever. I don't know, man. And see, like, scientifically, we know that the universe is going to end eventually. Even our solar system, before the end of the universe, our sun is going to eventually explode and wipe out, I don't know if it's going to be all the planets around our solar system, but Earth is close enough that it's going to fucking destroy Earth and kill mankind as we know it. So inevitably, mankind will be wiped out. Maybe we'll have life on another planet by then. That's supposed to be millions of years from now. But, like, inevitably, the universe will be destroyed. Like, what happens then? You know, it's kind of like, it goes kind of hand in hand. I've referenced that space video a few times now. But in that space video, I talked about, like, what's outside of our universe. So the universe gets destroyed, you know, billions of years from now. What the fuck what happens? Is there something there? Like, that's what I'm talking about when it comes to forever. That's the kind of thing I think about, is like, you know, inevitably down the line, I'm not even going to be alive then, unless you believe in reincarnation. But like the universe will be destroyed, and like, what is there? What's left? You know, is there something outside the universe? Is there another universe next to ours that's still alive and where there's people? That type of shit is just what I think about a lot, man, and it fucks up my life. And the thing is, we don't really know what death is. Obviously, we know that you're dead. Like, if somebody dies, we know what that is. But we don't know what is death. Is it just blackness? Are you self-aware? Is it sleep? Is there an afterlife? You know, there's all these things we don't know. Like, and, you know, some people think that there is an afterlife. I don't. You know, I don't believe in a spirit. There's no way we can know that there is a spirit. You know, that's why, you know, because I'm a realist. I'm a scientific type of person. You know, humans wrote the Bible, for instance. That's part of why I'm not a religious person. So, you know, I don't believe that there's a spirit that we're just going to float up into heaven after we die, or go down to hell and burn in purgatory for eternity. Like, it just doesn't, neither one of those sound real to me. So for somebody like myself who isn't a religious person, I don't really know how to cope with death and the thought of what happens after you die. Like, I wish I could believe in an afterlife, believe in religion, and, you know, thinking like, oh man, if I die in my sleep tonight, at least I'm going to go to heaven. You know, I wish I could have that mindset about things, but as somebody who just kind of believes in science and, you know, all the other things, I just can't find solace in religion. As I mentioned previously, I'm going to a funeral here pretty soon, and that's what kind of sucks, man, is because death is inevitable. People I've known all my life are, you know, some people I've known since my birth. They're 26 years older because I'm 26. So they're getting older. You know, my grandma's up there. She's like 70 years old. My mom's a little bit older. She's in her 50s, but she's in bad health as well as my grandma. So it's like, you know, there's no telling how long they're going to live. And those are deaths I don't know if I can fucking cope with. I don't know how I'm going to handle that shit when they inevitably die, because they're going to die. As good as your life might be, as happy as you might be right now, your mom or dad or whoever you're close to in your family or life, they're gonna die eventually, and you're gonna have to deal with that. And that's the shit that freaks me out too, is the inevitability of it all. Like, my fucking whole family's gonna die. If I don't die before them, they're gonna die, and I'm gonna have to deal with that shit. And it's not something I can ever grasp my mind around it. I don't know how to deal with it. I apologize if this video was a bit of a downer for you guys, or if I made you realize your goddamn mortality. Because if I did, I fucking apologize. Because it's pretty fucking horrible to be thinking about this shit almost constantly. Dude. It fucking sucks. But the reason I like to do this type of thing on YouTube is because I like to express my opinions and feelings and shit on YouTube and get feedback. I'm curious as what other people think about this. How do you cope with death? Are you freaked out by mortality, the inevitability of it all? Do you ever think about the fucking idea of forever? Does that shit freak you out like it does me? I like to, maybe if people give me their opinions and things like that, I can, kind of handle it better, I guess. Anyways, guys, leave your thoughts below on this shit. I think I've touched on pretty much everything there is that I want to talk about. I really don't know how much more I can say about this shit. So just let me know your thoughts below in the comments, as always. And if you went on to enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Follow me on Twitter. Links to my social networks are in the description. In the outro. Later, guys.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake. Cause I don't fucking care.